Hey everyone. So I have to be honest with you. This trip, completely unplanned. No itinerary, and just a flight, a dream, and honestly, a little bit of chaos. I'm Elaine, and today I'm taking you along on the most spontaneous trip I have ever taken in my life. A solo journey to Taipei, Taiwan. Let's go. So here's the thing. On the day of this trip, I was still on shift. I did not finally. And I woke up at 5 in the morning and had to be at the airport by 6. That's right. No day off, no heads up, just me and my bag and whatever courage I had left at 5 a.m. Now the catch? Check-in didn't open until 12 noon. So I had the 6 whole hours to kill at the airport. But honestly, I made the most of it. I headed over to Mary Grace for breakfast and actually got some work done. Remote work life, am I right? Once 12 hit, I checked in immediately. And then, this is where it gets good. I made my way to the airport lounge, and the best part? Free access. All thanks to my Maya Black card. If you don't have one yet, seriously, look into it. Not sponsored, by the way. And sitting in a comfortable lounge, working, eating, and just relaxing while waiting for 6 p.m. flight. That's the kind of travel luxury I'm here for. As I was boarding the plane, I remember looking out the window at the sky, and I just paused. There's something about being up in the air that puts everything into perspective. You know, the sky looks endless, and suddenly, all the things that's stressing you out on the ground feel so incredibly small. It's one of those quiet reminders that the world is so much bigger than our problems. And then we landed. Safe and sound. I stepped into Taoyuan International Airport and immediately I felt it. That electric feeling of being somewhere new. If you've ever traveled internationally, you know exactly what I mean. The buzz of excitement the moment you walk through arrivals. I was already smiling and the trip had barely even started. Okay, so first things first, logistics. I picked up my packet Wi-Fi right at the airport. Honestly, non-negotiable when you're traveling solo and at land. You need that connection, trust me. Then I headed to the ATM to withdraw some local currency, and unfortunately, that didn't work out. My card just wasn't cooperating. But I was able to withdraw from an ATM from any convenience store, so we're good. But here's a fun little detour. I passed through what they call the Lucky Land area. It's this zone in this airport exclusive to tourists where you can try your luck and potentially win 5,000 new Taiwan dollars. That's roughly 10,000 pesos. Did I win? Absolutely not. But hey, it was worth a try and it was honestly such a fun little experience I wasn't expecting at all. And then, after that, I made a way to the MRT, heading straight to Taipei City. And this is one of my absolute favorite things about traveling abroad, the subway systems. Taipei's MRT is clean, efficient, affordable, and incredibly easy to navigate. Quick tip, if you're planning to visit certain stations, you'll notice 2 lines sharing the same platform, the blue line and purple line. The blue line covers more ground, but if you want to get to the city center quickly, take the purple line. It's faster and much more direct. Little things like this make such a big difference when you're exploring on your own. So I didn't feel much of my journey to my hostel, mostly because I was juggling my bags, my phone, and trying not to get lost. But I made it. And let me paint you a picture of where I stayed. It was a capsule hostel. Think coffin-style sleeping pods. Now before you cringe, hear me out. The location, incredible. Right near the city center. Close to an MRT station, surrounded by food, convenience store, and everything you could possibly need. developer for everything's great common amenities, and this is the part that sold me. It included free breakfast. Free breakfast, people. For the price I paid, honestly, it was absolutely worth every peso. Sometimes when you travel, especially solo, it's not about the room. It's about everything outside of it. Okay, it's day 2. I woke up energized and headed straight to my first proper stop, the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. And before I tell you about the experience, let me drop a quick fun fact about the man himself. Chiang Kai-shek was a Chinese military and political leader who led the Republic of China. After losing the Chinese Civil War to the Communist Party in 1949, he retreated to Taiwan with his government and over 1 million followers. And Taiwan essentially became the new home of the Republic of China. He ruled Taiwan for over 2 decades, and to this day, he remains one of the most significant and debated figures in Chinese and Taiwanese history. Now, there's a museum inside the Memorial Hall, and I'll be honest, museums aren't really my thing, so I skipped it. But the grounds, absolutely stunning. The architecture is grand and majestic. A beautiful blend of traditional Chinese design and sweeping white walls and striking blue octagonal roof. Walking around, taking in the open plaza, the gardens, and the sheer scale of it all, it was genuinely breathtaking. And this was a Friday, a regular weekday, and there were still so many tourists. That tells you everything about how iconic this place is. If you're visiting Taipei, this is non-negotiable stop. Okay, real talk. I was still working during this trip. Remote work doesn't stop just because you're in another country. So after the Memorial Hall, I needed to find a good spot to get things done. My first idea, the National Library. I heard there was a coffee shop inside. And spoiler alert, I did not find it. Either it doesn't exist or I was just stupid to not find it. Anyway, I'm going with option 2. But eventually, I found a coffee shop with the most amazing vibe. Was it a little expensive? Yes. Was it worth it? 100%. Good coffee, good atmosphere, reliable Wi-Fi. That's all a remote worker needs. And shout out to my boss, by the way. She actually knew I was in Taipei and still gave me the flexibility to work from here. She is generally one of the coolest bosses around. Once I wrapped up work and hit all my deliverables for the day, I just walked. And Taipei is such a wonderful city to walk through. One thing that immediately stood out to me was how many parks and open public spaces there are. Green spaces everywhere, benches, trees, clean pathways, places where people can simply exist, rest, and breathe without having to spend a single dollar. These are what urban planners called third spaces, places that are neither home nor work, just community. I kept thinking about the Philippines as I walked through these spaces. I wish we had more of these back home. Places where you can sit, decompress, and be part of the city without any pressure to buy something or be somewhere. Taipei really does this beautifully, and I just admire it so much. And then came the highlight of the day, Elephant Mountain. I'll be honest, I didn't film the climb up because it was hard, like genuinely physically challenging. There are a lot of steep stone steps, and I was focused on not embarrassing myself in front of strangers. But I made it to the top, and the view? Words don't fully do it justice. The entire Taipei skyline stretching out in front of you, with Taipei 101 standing tall in the center. It is one of those views that stops you in your tracks. I missed the sunset by just a little bit, and the people I met at the summit told me it was absolutely gorgeous. Golden light, the whole city glowing. Next time, I'm going up earlier to catch it. So if you're planning a trip to Taipei, climb Elephant Mountain. Go in the late afternoon and make sure you get there before sunset. And just take it all in. But beyond the view, what I remember most about that moment at the summit is the quiet. Sitting up there alone, looking out at the city I had arrived in just 24 hours ago with no plan and no itinerary. I felt this deep sense of gratitude wash over me. I thought about what I want to do with my life, the kind of person I want to be, the experiences I want to keep collecting. Traveling does something to you. It reminds you of how vast and beautiful this world is, and how capable you are of navigating it on your own. I really believe everyone should travel solo at least once, especially women. There's something so deeply empowering about being in an unfamiliar place and finding your way, finding yourself, and realizing you're going to be just fine.